good afternoon and welcome to Dr. Walls and Friends on UCCN TV. I'm Lady Paulette, your next presenter alongside my sister Catherine and my sister Delali. See you soon on Dr. Walls and Friends on UCCN TV.
On UCCN. Dr. Walls and Friends on UCCN. See?
Where is my passion, purpose? Where can I find it? Where is my passion, purpose? Where can I find it? Where is my passion, purpose? Where can I find it? Dr. Walls and Friends, where I find it? Dr. Walls and Friends. Dr. Walls and Friends, where I find it? Dr. Walls and Friends. I find passion, purpose, inspiration too. At Dr. Walls and Friends, where I find it. Dr. Walls and Friends. Dr. Walls and Friends, where I find it. Dr. Walls and
Welcome to Dr. Walls and Friends here live in Brooklyn. And I am here with two fabulous ladies. To my right, we have Miss Paulette Harris German, correct? And to my left, Delali, the master head rapper herself.
Oh, thank you.
Yes, that brings out all my regalness here. And so we just have so many great things to talk about. You are headed back to the UK tomorrow. So please take a moment and introduce yourself to our audience.
Hello audience, my name is Paulette Harris German, affectionately known as Lady Paulette. I am a producer, an actress, TV, radio, mum, and so much more.
And over here to my left,
I am DELALI, HALIGAH. I am an actor, I'm an activist, I'm a designer. I also do head wrapping, I'm an author, I've written a book called Gay Magic.
yes, along with an accompanying DVD.
Yes, with a DVD as well, yes.
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 All right. So on Dr. Walls and Friends, we love to talk about passion and purpose because my motto is for people to live their greatest life.
Absolutely.
And the greatest is an acronym which stands for God restores excellence, activates talents, encourages spiritual transformation.
Yes.
All right. So there it is. So let's play with that. Okay.
That's right.
So now let's talk about, because you talked a little bit in your, when you were doing, right before your poetry.
Lights, camera, action. Are you ready? Are you ready? I said, are you ready for your close-up? Eulogy time is here and now your life is laid bare for all who care to see. Your triumphs and your failures, your attempts and your shirks, a testimony to how you have lived your life. Did you do your best to rise to the test, or did you lay forlorn after the first thorn pricked your ego? Your pride deflated, your zest abated. Are there songs of praise because you did not gaze for a trail you blazed, righting wrongs, chanting amongst the throngs for a better way, a better day? Did you carve your niche or just sit eating quiche as the EastEnders crossed the Emerald Street? Did you make a stand to lend a hand when the going got rough, or just corner hang with your can in hand? Are you doing enough? Lights, camera, action. Were you ready? Were you ready? Are you ready for your close-up?
You talked about how your journey into all that you do started at such an early age. So let's talk a little bit about that. What did you start to feel from age 7 forward, and how did it blossom into what you're doing now?
Gosh, well, age 7 was when I started pressing play and record on the clunk clunk stereos to record the top 40 and just kind of learn the lyrics of the songs so that I could perform them.
Yeah, I did that too with Rick James.
Yeah, you done. It wasn't quite Rick James for me. I think we were Bay City Rollers, and that came a lot later. I can't even think of some of the earlier stuff. I guess probably a little bit of Blue Beat and so forth. But if I even go back a year before that, when I was 6 years old, when my parents moved home, I just remember being the catalyst, the organizer. I was like, oh, mummy, so this box has got to go here, and I'm making the tea, and I'm climbing up to do this. And I just remember being very much in charge of the situation, and
Yes.
I guess a bit of a control freak. And then going forward from being 7 and doing that, at school we used to have this little lip at the back of the school. Went to Lion Park Primary in Alperton, and that was our stage. So every day we would choreograph something. My friend Jackie, Yvonne, Jennifer, Marcia, all them girls, all adults now.
Yes.
And we would go and we'd tie our little 3 degrees. This is to the year. But we used to get our little vests and tie them up into little tops, and we'd be there, and I'd be saying, no, it goes this way. So it started very, very early.
Yes. You're a natural born leader.
I believe so. I'm an
Yes.
Aries.
Oh, you're a natural born leader.
First
My
sign.
mother's an Aries.
See?
I know. She's the one that told
I
me.
didn't know until
See?
very late in life, though. That's the
Really?
thing, yeah.
So that's when that epiphany came?
It was when one of my clients, about maybe 4 or 5 years ago, said to me, "You're such an extrovert." And I was very offended, because I never saw myself as that type of person.
Okay.
I thought it was a bad word and a criticism, but it turns out to be that I'm this big personality.
That's it.
But I didn't know.
See?
I just thought I was loud. As my Mrs. Shaw said to me in primary school, "You're so loud, Paulette Harris, and you'll always be loud." But she never told me it would serve a purpose.
That's right. That's right. And that's why it's so important, as you were mentioning, to make sure you have positive people in your life and surround yourself with the right people, because one person can say something and you take it on as a negative trait.
Yeah,
And then
absolutely.
somebody else says something different. So when I was in preschool, 3 years old, the teacher told my mother, "The kids don't know who the teacher is, your daughter or myself." Now I was 3.
That's a good
And my mother, and they said, "She's so bossy." And my mother said, "So she has great leadership ability."
Good for your mom.
So it's that reframing.
Throughout life, many of us feel a nudge or pull to develop a personal relationship with Spirit. And Live by the Spirit Inspired Thoughts, Volume 1, Dr. Walsh shares experiences to help you develop, strengthen, and understand your personal relationship with Spirit. For more information about Live by the Spirit Inspired Thoughts Volume 1, go to www.askdrwalls.com. That's www.askdrwalls.com. God bless and live by the Spirit.
About you, when did all your blossoming start, your awareness?
I think I grew up with it all along. I'm actually the last of 6 children.
Okay.
My mother says that when she was pregnant with me, she used to dance around to Mick Jagger. They thought she would lose the baby. It's true. And I just came out, I was always the one out of everyone. Everyone was, playing ball or something. I have the hairbrush, singing, I'd have a mop on my head and a piece of plastic tied around my neck. I was singing. I was someone singing some Broadway tune or something.
Yes.
That was always me, or Chaka Khan, or something like that. And they always kind of knew this one, that one, she's a little different. The rest of them, okay, but she's always got something going on, or some kind of bright something. It was always in me. I think always in me. And my parents encouraged it.
Okay.
After having 6 children, I think you'd be really tired.
Maybe there was that entertainment that brought them back some spice. That was it.
I think so. She's good entertainment and we don't have to pay.
That's right.
So they just encouraged me to always do what I want. I always said, I'm going to be a star. And they used to say, okay, you go right ahead.
Yes.
And they just encouraged me. I danced at a very young age. I started dancing, I think, maybe about 4 or 5.
Okay.
Singing, all that. My parents put me in something just to keep us out of trouble. And I just took to it. I loved it. I loved the stage. And I'm really kind of shy. That's what people don't know about me. They think like, oh, she's this, And really, I'm sort of shy. But when it's the time to put on my little Sasha Fierce, she gets down.
Yes, yes, I heard that. I think it's so important because I talk to so many people who are in the arts, and many times their dreams are deferred because someone has told them that it's a hobby and that they cannot make a career out of it.
Exactly.
How did you moved past that space and into your reality?
I don't think I'm actually past it as yet.
Okay.
Purely because all of the work, the body of work that I've done for over 40 years, 9 times out of 10 I've had a 9 to 5 as well. So I've always worked. So for instance, in 1987, when I was doing Black Heroes in the Hall of Fame, my eldest son was only 3-4 years old. And our routine was, I would take him to nursery, I would go to work, I'd go and pick him up from nursery, we'd drive to the theatre, we'd do the show, and then we'd go home. And on the days when we weren't driving, we would take the night bus. And he was with me so much that to get around his mischievousness,
Yes.
they put him in the show.
Wow.
So he was on stage at the age of 3 and
Okay.
4, playing the hard-working mum's son.
And is he still on stage now?
He in his own stage, he now runs his own plumbing business. But
Okay.
he went on. But they're great orators. They're great orators, both of my
that.
sons. So both of them have gone through an arts development program
Okay.
of sorts. My son did an HND in performing arts. My youngest son went to drama classes when he was younger.
Okay.
But prolific sportsmen, prolific spokespeople.
Yes. Yes. Now, how about you? How did you move past that? It's a hobby. Kind of leave it there.
I actually began my design business with the clothing and the head wrapping and all of that when I was in high school still.
Really?
My mother taught all 3 of my sisters and I how to sew. So we grew up, you could sew, crochet, you had to know how to do something.
Yes.
You weren't going to sit there and watch TV all day. She just walked by and go, click, read a book, do some crochet, do some needlepoint. And so we all learned how to do,
Yes.
those things. But going to high school with 3 other young ladies, getting dressed, everybody sewing, you get up and you time yourself as to who's going to use the machine when, because you'd make a dress before you went to school. So that's how it started, and we'd all have all these little fashion things going on every day,
Wow.
Like from 6 to 10 was your design time, like Project Enterprise, like Project Runway, right?
Right, yes.
And then everyone would have a new dress for high school, and it was a regular thing for us, almost like at least 3 times a week.
So you were being conditioned and you didn't even know it.
I noticed that. And then one day someone said to me, listen, I want that dress. And I was like, yeah, right, because people had said it before, but no one wanted to pay. She
Yes.
says, I'll pay. And my ears went, what you
What's
say?
it say?
Did you say? And at 15, I was a paid designer.
Wow.
And I just kind of went from there. I've been in business 37 years now.
And the name of your design company is?
OSUN Designs, OSUN, and I hand paint. This is one of my pieces. I actually
Beautiful.
made this morning.
Wow. So it still works in the morning
It
time.
does. Better now. And so because of that, I just went on and I've been, give thanks, I was able to give up the other things a good while ago. I'd say maybe 20 years now.
Look at that.
But I've done other things, like Paulette here, I'm sure she has several talents. So one day you're doing maybe hosting as a radio personality.
Yes.
And the next day you're maybe acting in a show. So I sing, I dance, I act. So I was doing the design work. I've been in like Mom, I Want to Sing. I've been on Broadway, I've done some work in
Wow.
television. And then like this part of my life, I've switched into the, fashion design and things like that. And then I went into the author thing and wrote the book and the DVD I produced. And I think it's in everybody. I think
Yes.
it's what you activate.
Yes.
No, I'd agree.
And you have to have, in this business, a very strong sense of self. And that's something that as African people, I think sometimes we can lack because you're so ready to hear the negative or think if someone says, oh, you can't sing. I have been told that I couldn't sing and I couldn't dance. And I knew inside myself I could.
Yes.
And by somebody very famous too. And I lived to see that person say to I was in the Broadway show before he was.
Wow. Wow.
So it really has to be you who has that sense of self and have it be really, really strong and keep reaffirming that
That's
every
right.
day in everything that you do.
That coochie
And-
chocolate.
Yeah, self-determination.
Yes, yes, yes.
And definitely the babies. Most
Yes.
definitely.
Yeah.
You see
Without
them,
question.
just give them something. Say something positive. They so need it. you
Yes.
know? Yeah.
Paulette, I hear you over here vibing off of
I am, because I hear what DELALI is saying, because my mother sewed. So I grew up with that. In fact, my sister is a designer in California, runs her own business, Planet Skills.
I was going to say, what's the name of her business?
PlanetSkills.com is one,
All right.
and the other one is YolandoHarris.com.
All right.
So Planet Skills is all things reggae, leisure, sports, and so forth. And Yolando Harris is what you would call is linen wear for men, beautifully styled linen wear in various types and weights of fabric.
Okay.
But that's how we grew up. Our mum would make our PE skirts. So back in the day when I used to do beauty pageants, I used to design my gowns for my beauty pageants.
Wow.
Yeah, and wear them with the help of mummy here. Dolores cut this for me and we'd be there.
Wow.
And I wish I'd kept those dresses.
Yeah.
I wish, because they were gorgeous dresses.
Yeah.
So yeah, I hear that. I really relate to that. And it is about drawing on the skills that were given to us at ground level. Because some of them now I'm pulling back on.
Yes.
And I think as life's journey takes you, you forget some of the skills that you have. But they said, is it scarcity is the necessity, or what it was of mother of creation?
Yes,
what is that
yes,
phrase?
Necessity is the mother.
There you go.
Yes.
And that's what I'm pulling on now.
Exactly.
So when I said that I wasn't earning in my industry, I'm getting to that point now where it's becoming a reality where I can start to pull back. I became independent 2013.
Okay.
So I'm still out there pushing and holding on and holding on to God. And so far it's brought me here. I'm with you.
That's right.
And greater still to come.
Wonderful.
We've just finished a documentary in London with Manil Extrabaz again called Looking for Love.
Yes.
Had a theatrical release. It came out on DVD the Monday before I came out here. So it came out on DVD the 7th of December.
December. It's hot still.
It's very hot,
How
and
can
that's in the
people find
UK.
that?
Well, they'll have to Google it. We're working on who's going to distribute it in in America,
All right.
in the US. But right now, if you've got family out in the UK, tell them to hook it up.
Yes.
And
yes.
I'm actually in pre-production for an amazing documentary I'm really, really excited about. We've already got some money, some good money.
Yes.
So look out for the crowdfunding campaign to top up that money.
Now,
So
where
we're
can
in
people go to
prep.
find you?
My hashtag is my hashtag is Lady Paulette UK. Twitter and Instagram is at Lady Paulette UK.
Okay.
And on Facebook, it's Paulette Harris German is my personal page, and Paulette Harris German at Lady Paulette UK is the fan page.
Excellent. And if people want to bring you to be a host and so forth, what's the best way for them to contact
The best
you?
way, I think, is to contact me personally, because my manager is managing.
Okay.
It's Lady Paulette, spelled LAYDEE, Paulette at yahoo.com. And I am open and willing and able and ready.
Yes, she is. Woo! Yes. And now for people who need glamorous style and head wrapping and so forth, how do they get in contact with you and where do they come?
You can go to my the boutique that I share with Brenda Brunson Bay. It's called Tribal Truths.
Yes.
It's right here in Fort Greene, Brooklyn, 117 South Oxford Street. That's the corner of South Oxford and Fulton Streets. We're open from Wednesday through Saturday, 2 to 8, and then Sunday, 1 to 6 p.m.
Yes.
We also have a series of other, there's clothing, head wraps, the book, the DVD,
Yes.
Jewelry as well as my son. I have to mention him.
Please do.
Yes.
Yes.
He's 17, but he's been in business 9 years.
Wonderful.
He has a jewelry business called Kimati's Beads, and the proceeds from his jewelry has been going towards his college fund since he was 8 years old.
Excellent.
So he goes to college next year, and he'll have a little something of his own to say that I made it.
That's right.
So he'll cherish that a little bit more.
That's right.
Than my money. So
Well, ladies, I thank you so much for joining us today. And of course, Kwesi, thank you so much for having us in the store here again. Give me the proper name of the store again, where we are.
this is Nicholas Brooklyn.
Yes.
Variety in Brooklyn.
There we
on
go.
Fulton Street.
We are here in Brooklyn, New York, with the manager of this incredible shop, and I am going to have him introduce himself, Mr. Kwesi. How are you doing today?
I'm doing well, thank you. Thank you for having me.
Oh, I'm so excited. We were just here at the head wrapping demonstration. You'll see some footage of that in a moment. And so now tell us about this shop here. Tell us the name, the location.
Right, okay. Well, the name is called Nicholas Brooklyn, and we're most famous for our books that we sell, Afrocentric, spiritual, health and wellness books that we have, as well as our natural products, from natural deodorants, natural soaps, vitamins, tonics, anything to help restore and strengthen your body as well as your hair. We have shea butter, we have body oils, incense, you name it, we got it.
Yeah, crystals. crystals.
Crystals
and
as well.
even some jewelry.
Yep.
And you all know I love purple, so that caught me as soon as I came in.
Exactly.
Yes, and all
Right.
your prices are very, very reasonable. There's also clothing in here.
Definitely. You name it, we got it.
Yes, yes, and you know, as you know, I just cut all my hair off. I had 14 years of locks.
Wow.
And I just cut them off about a month ago, and I walk in and I see lock socks.
Yes.
And I'm going.
Yes. And we have a little bit of head wraps ourselves for
Yes.
people who have dreads or, you know, just like to wear head wraps as well.
Exactly. So, I mean, the vibe in here is incredible. Tell me a little bit about that, the way that the store is set up.
Yeah, so the store was established in 1974, so approximately 41 years ago. And we have two locations. We have one here downtown Brooklyn, and we have another one right in the center of Harlem, which is called the Mecca of Black people, where Black people reside at.
I think one of the biggest things for us to always realize is that by me being fully who I am does not mean that I am trying to put anyone else down.
Correct.
It's just me, as you say, living and being my personal and my divine truth.
Unapologetically.
That's right.
Just like as Dr. Umar puts it, he's African unapologetically. He's Pan-African unapologetically.
Yeah.
So this is what we have to show and exude as well.
Yes. Well, thank you so much for
Thank
taking
you for
this
having
time.
me. Thank you for being here at Nicholas Brooklyn.
Yes. All right. And now, is there a website that people can
Yes,
visit?
there's a website, www.nicholasbrooklyn.com. You can also friend us on Facebook, Nicholas Brooklyn, and you can add us on Instagram, Nicholas BK, one word.
All right. And the address, physical address again
And
here
the
is?
address is 570 Fulton Street. And our number is 718-858-4400.
Kwesi, thank you again for taking
Thank
this
you.
time with us. All right. And we'll be back
Ashe.
again on Dr. Walls and Friends.
Hotel.
We say Harambe, when our elders stand together and drink from the unity cup. Kikombe cha Umoja, Harambe. Let's all pull together, one heart, one mind, one spirit. Rise up, work together. Harambe, 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 Harambe. We say Harambe, together with our children when they lead us in the pledge for African unity. We say Harambe, Harambe. Let's all pull together, think black, buy black, build black, love black, African community. Harambe, 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 Harambe. Now would you all please stand with me to repeat this pledge for African unity? We are an African people.
We are an African people.
Raising our consciousness. For the liberation of our African nation.
For the liberation of our African nation.
We pledge to think black.
We pledge to think black.
Buy black.
Buy black.
Build black.
Build black.
And love black.
And love black.
Because we are black people.
Because we are black people.
African people.
African people.
And now on the count of 3, tattoo, we're going to say the 7 Harambes together, reaching up to grab a fistful of sky and pulling it down with each Harambe. Harambe means what?
Pull together.
Pull what together?
Our minds.
Umoja, Vili, Tatu. Harambe, 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 Harambe. We say Harambe,
Harambe.
when our elders stand together and drink from the unity cup. Kikombe cha Umoja. Harambe,
Harambe.
together with our children when they lead us in the pledge. Let's all pull together. Harambe,
Harambe.
Harambe,
Harambe.
Harambe, 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 Harambe.